Hey guys, what's going on? This is Ken, and I'm here to do a review of this 1 to 400 scale US Airways Airbus A320 from Panda Models. And I usually don't collect older airline models, but I had to make an exception for this one because of the real aircraft's significance in aviation history. And yeah, probably the registration has already given away the identity of this aircraft model. November 106 Uniform Sierra, and if that's not a dead giveaway, then the description in the back of the box will. So with that said, this is a very nice model from Panda Models. I think it's done a phenomenal job with the model. Alright, so let's just get the review started with the box. So here is the front of the box. Here is the bottom, the right side, the top, the left side, and then the back. And you can pause to read that. And yeah, this is definitely a dead giveaway. Alright, so now let's go back to the front. Alright, so now let's move on to the main star of this video, which is the model herself. Alright, and here she is in all of her glory in her plastic cocoon. Alright, so now let's just get the model into position so now I can open it. And as always, I like to take the models out of their packaging with the bottom part facing up, because for me it's easier to take the models out that way. Alright. And it can be a bit of a pain with some models to take them out, so please bear with me. Alright, so while I have the model in this position, I'll do a quick landing gear check just to make sure that everything's in check, even though I don't tend to roll the models around, and I don't recommend that you do so either, but that's just my opinion. Alright, so this one is good. This one is also good. And this one of the wheels is fine, and then the other one is stuck, but it's alright. Alright, so now let's get the model out. And turn her right side up, and here she is. Alright, so before I begin the full review, I'll just do a quick spin of the model so that you guys can take a better look at her. Alright, so as always, let's start here at the very front of the model. So there's the nose cone, the cockpit windows, the windshield wipers, and then there is a sensor right at the very front of the nose. There is the forward top antenna right there, and then the Airlines logo right behind the cockpit windows. There is the L1 door, and then there is a sticker right there, and then some. Alright, sorry about that. There was a bit of hair or dust. Alright, so there are some more static portion sensors right here along the bottom of the forward windows. Right, there's the US Airways tunnels, and then the American flag logo. There's the forward landing gear and some markings on the forward landing gear doors. And I think that's the partial registration. Alright, so now moving along. Here are the windows along the forward part of the fuselage. There is a view of the left engine, a look inside of the left engine. Very nice. There is the engine strake, and no left side runway landing light on this particular model, which is alright, doesn't really bother me. Here are the two overwing exits on the left, and then the overwing exit markings on the left wing, which has some very nice printed and molded details, and it looks very nice. And then at the very tip of the wing, there's the fence wing tip and the left side navigation light. Alright, so now moving along, there is the anti-collision beacon at the top of the fuselage, as well as the rear top antenna, and then some more windows right here along the rear part of the fuselage. Alright, so here is the registration and the American flag. The registration on this particular model is N106 US, or November 106 Uniform Sierra, and as you saw in the description on the back of the box, this is US Airways Flight 1549, which made the landing on the Hudson River. Alright, so here is the L2 door, and then at the very rear of the model there is US Airways logo tail on the vertical stabilizer, looking very nice. And then is that there's very nice pronounced markings right there, US Airways colors, looking very nice. Alright, so now here's a look at the top part of the two horizontal stabilizers, which have some very nice molded and printed details. And then at the very rear of the model, there is the APU. Alright, so now on to the right side of the model. It's pretty much the same as the left side, with the exception of the forward and rear cargo doors. Alright, so again, there is the right side of the vertical stabilizer, a top view of the right horizontal stabilizer, and here is a view of the right side of the tail with the US Airways colors. Right, here is the R2 door, the registration, and the American flag, which the registration on this model again is N106 US or November 106 Uniform Sierra. Here are the windows along the rear part of the fuselage. There is the rear antenna again. And then there are the two, there are the two overwing exits on the right side, and then the overwing exit markings on the top of the right wing. And the right wing also has some very nice printed and molded details. Yep. Here is the right engine, and then the engine strike right there, and there is a view inside of the right engine. And again, the wing doesn't feature the printed detail of the runway landing light, but it's alright. And then at the very tip of the right wing, there is the fence wingtip with the US Airways logo and the right side navigation light. Alright, there is the US Airways logo, as well as the US Airways titles, and then the windows along the forward part of the fuselage. Alright, then here are some two other beacons and the forward top antenna. Alright, so here are some P2 and sensors, the R1 door, the Star Alliance logo, the forward cargo door, and then some more sensors right here, the forward landing gear, and then the landing gear doors with the partial registration, the cockpit windows, the windshield wipers, the nose cone, and then another sensor right here at the very front of the nose. Alright, so here is a view of the top part of the model. And then here is the bottom view. Alright, there is A320 right there, the printed A320 sticker or titles, and then some more printed details for the front landing gear. There's a sensor right there, the forward cargo door, and yeah, the underside of the model has some very nice printed details. Alright, so now moving along, here are the two air intakes for the bleed air system used for the AC system. There is the bottom anti-collision beacon, and then the stand hole, and then the printed details for the main landing gear, and then here are the two main landing gear. Here's a view of the bottom of the two wings, which feature a lot of molded details, and then also a view of the bottom part of the engines, which have some nice printed details. Alright, so now moving along, here is the rear cargo door as well as the rear underside antenna, and then some more printed details. Alright, so yeah, here is the bottom part of the US Airways colors, looking very nice. And then at the very rear of the model, here is a bottom view of the two horizontal stabilizers, and then the APU doors, and then the APU. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this review. So I'll just do one final turn of the model so that you guys can take one last look at her. Alright, so with that, that's pretty much it for this review. And before I go, I have to say that again, Panda Models did a phenomenal job with this model, and if you can still find the model, I highly recommend it. I know it's at this point hard to find, but I'm sure you can still find it out there somewhere. Alright, so now with that said, I hope you guys stay safe, healthy, and happy, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye.